Real-world problem.
The article Savings Behavior and Financial Problems Among College Students, the Role of Financial Literacy in Malaysia, had stated that their main focus is regarding the financial situation among the college students in Malaysia. This article is trying to prove financial problems that happening among college students in Malaysia were related to their saving behavior. Thus, the article state that financial education programs are important for young Malaysians to prepare themselves when they start to enter the job market and start their own families.
Working model.
The study sample is comprised of students in public and private universities, and 11 universities were randomly selected for the study, 6 public and 5 private universities. For each university 350 students were selected randomly using the list of names obtained from each student affairs office. The number of distributed questionnaires to 11 universities was 3,850. A total of 2,519 completed and usable questionnaires. 2 dependent variables were used in separate regression models to answer the research questions related to savings behavior and financial problems. There have 3 savings behavior items such as saving to achieve a goal, saving until the end of the semester, and saving for paying down debt. That also provides yes and no coding to create a scale from 0 to 3 as the dependent variable for effective saving behavior. Besides, there have 10 financial problem questions were asked on a 5-point Likert scale from never, 1, to everyday, 5, and focused on problems as follows: uncertain about where money is spent, owe friends money, spend more than can afford, borrow money to buy food, skip meals to save money, take money without permission from parents/others, upset when cannot buy things, shopping to relieve tension/stress, impulsive shopping, and lending money to friends.
Independent variable. Predictors of particular interest included childhood consumer experience, financial socialization, and financial literacy. Childhood consumer experience was measured by asking respondents when, at what age, they became involved in financial activities, received an allowance, owned savings account, received money from work, discussed financial matters with parents, made decisions on personal expenses, knowing family financial status, and made their own purchases.
Math model. T-test. It is for variables measured in continuous units. Analysis of variant ANOVA. It is for demographic characteristics and other categorical variables. Computational model.
Multivariate predictors of savings behavior. The hypothesized regression model, see Table 2, was significant, explaining 10.2% of the total variance in savings behavior. Financial literacy had a positive, significant effect on savings behavior. The 2 variables that had the largest significant effects, beta coefficients, were consumer spending patterns and Chinese ethnicity. Students' spending patterns were associated with less savings behavior. Students with fewer spending patterns were more likely not to engage in effective financial behavior. Female students were more likely to engage in savings behavior than male students. Ethnicity were found to be a strong predictor of savings behavior with a negative coefficient indicating that Chinese students were substantially less likely to have effective financial behavior than the reference category. The study also found that ethnicity was a significant predictor of college students' financially fitness scores, and the significant variables explained 8% of the variance. Multivariate predictors of financial problems. The regression model was significant in explaining 11.3% of the total variance in financial problems. The 2 variables that had the largest significant effects were father's education, and financial socialization. It was surprising to find that father's education is associated with more financial problems. The results also revealed that those students who more financially socialized had more financial problems, as did those who had earlier childhood consumer experience. However, financial literacy had a negative, significant effect on financial problems. Students from public universities were less likely to have financial problems, as were students from rural areas. Students who reported that they have more consumer products tend to have less financial problems.
Result or discussion.
Preliminary descriptive analysis revealed that more than half of the respondents did not save any money when they received their scholarship or education loan. More than half of the students used their money for shopping. About 45% of them spent all their money before the end of the semester, 17% of students gave some money to their family, and 13% used their money to repay debts. Results from ANOVAs for differences in savings behavior with respect to financial literacy, financial socialization, and childhood consumer experience demonstrated that there were significant differences. Those students with higher financial knowledge were more likely to engage in savings behavior, while those students with greater influence from socialization agents and late exposure in their childhood consumer experience were less likely to engage in savings behavior. Statistically significant bivariate results also revealed that students who had late exposure in their childhood consumer experience, or who reported greater influence from socialization agents were significantly less likely to report financial problems. The regression analysis, which controlled for student demographics and other characteristics, provided some different findings about the relationships of financial knowledge indicators to students' financial practices. After sample reductions due to missing data, there were 1,574 cases for regression analysis of saving behavior, and 1,560 cases for regression analysis of financial problems.